André,
What?
have you been listening to the news lately?
No, I don't trust the news. They clickbait more than me.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Actually, Sarah, because of that, I have an interesting video. The title goes, "The news told me to not visit the USA. I went anyway." Actually, we relate with this because we end up experiencing the same thing. That said, Sarah, say hello to our friends.
Hi, guys.
Well, friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That said, Sarah, ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
damn right, the link below. Let's go.
So recently, the US has been all over the news and not in a good way. I'm from France and some people I know were truly concerned when I told them I was gonna travel to the US this summer. And I even know some people
To be fair, this also not happening to us, my friends.
Yeah.
We got so many emails saying, Andrea, this is a bad time to come to Europe. Don't come.
Be careful. New
Be
York
careful.
is dangerous.
New York is dangerous. But at the end of the day, we went either way. And I think we all agree that we end up having
An amazing time.
an amazing
yeah.
time. So, my friends, again, be careful with this type of news. They clickbait. You know, I clickbait a lot on YouTube, but I'm a kid comparing with the TV stations, newspapers that you guys have in America. The amount of fake news that goes around is actually insane.
who had plans to travel to the US but canceled their trips. But since I've been with an American for almost 9 years and that I used to live in the US, not visiting our American friends and family was not an option. So we took a 7-hour flight and hoped for the best. And obviously, as we were landing, I was a bit nervous for immigration since we hear so
we
many
were
crazy
afraid
stories.
too.
We end up being super afraid. Because at the end of the day, getting so many emails, so many articles, that got a bit in our head. You know,
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe
We
there is
felt
some
a,
truth.
yeah, you felt a little nervous.
A lot, yeah, a little nervous. I think
Yeah.
that's correct. But it was so easy, my friends. It
Yeah,
was the
very easy.
easiest thing ever. Gave the passport. The gentleman said, "What's the reason you are visiting America?"
We answered just to visit.
Yeah, to see beautiful America. The guy said, "Okay, perfect,
Okay.
go in." That's it, my friends.
Stories in Europe. I had even made a nice little folder with all my documents in it. But to be honest, I was not ready.
But again, to be fair, we end up taking care of all the documents.
Yeah.
Everything legal. There is a couple of papers that you have to fill to come to America. We did this in advance, and everything went well, my friend.
I even made a nice little folder with all my documents in it. But to be honest, I was not ready for what happened. So when I arrive at passport control, things are taking a bit longer than usual, the lines are very long, and when I get to the officer, something really weird
Oh gosh. Don't tell me. We end up saying everything went so easy for us.
Maybe we got lucky.
And she got in trouble.
Oh god.
Okay, let's try. Oh man.
bit longer than usual, the lines are very long, and when I get to the officer, something really weird happens. He looks at my
What?
passport and he's like, "Your last name doesn't sound very French. Do you speak Spanish?" So you see, the thing
why?
is, I'm French, but my dad is from the country of Spain.
Oh, okay.
Americans don't allow Spanish people. I like this actually. I'm joking.
So my last name doesn't really match my nationality, and I also can speak Spanish, so I also explained that to the officer. And in my head, I'm really scared because both the news and people telling me not to come to the US have kind of gotten to my head. And at this point,
Yeah,
I'm afraid I'm gonna be
exactly.
selected for additional questioning and be sent to the small room, which is never a good sign. But what happens instead is that the immigration officer is super happy to talk to me in Spanish because he actually
Oh,
comes
good.
from Puerto Rico and speaks Spanish as well. So yeah, in the end, he was super nice. I think it was one of the
okay.
best immigration experience I had
Happy-handed.
coming into the US. We
See, actually, this was an amazing story. This is again, ours is similar. We end up speaking Russian English with him, but
Not Russian.
I speak a Russian English. But yeah, I'm happy for her.
continued the conversation in Spanish. I didn't get sent to the small room, and I could officially enter the US as a visitor. So here I felt it was a bit silly to worry because absolutely nothing out of the ordinary happened for me. And those crazy headlines I told you about were more extreme cases than day-to-day reality. But as you'll see in the rest of the video, the fear those headlines create can have real-life consequences. And also, there are a few other things I've heard have changed since the last time I was here, and I want to look
Wait. Let's see them. Sorry. Safety. Oh yeah. This was something that people also told us more about New York. Texas, it was everyone said it's safe, but even New York felt very safe for us, my friends. Tipping is out of control. That one I know for sure. So expensive.
Actually, it's not.
New York is a bit, but
Yes, yes.
Texas is fine. No international tourists. Okay. My friend, the amount of tourists we saw in America, it was crazy.
Yes.
Since the last time I was here, and I want to look into them and give you my first impressions as a European. Alright, so this time it has been a really small trip to see our family and friends, but I've been to 15 states overall and I want to go to all of them in my lifetime. And also
Okay.
we're already planning a bigger trip in the fall where we're gonna hit a few more states, because one thing I absolutely love about the US and why I keep coming back, apart from Bobby being American, is that this country is so big and so diverse that there's always something
I
new
would
to
love
discover.
to
Like there's
do
not
that someday.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think doing some road trip across a couple of states is probably the best experience that we can have now.
one single American experience. Like last time, for example, we took a train from New York to San Francisco, and it was just super
Okay.
New York, sorry, I'm not sure if you are seeing the map, but it's basically the opposite. North is east,
Oh.
California, San Francisco is west.
Wow.
So this is crazy.
I bet
Super cool
she
to see.
saw
So many things.
so many
Yeah.
things, amazing views.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know this was possible. To be fair.
the diversity both in landscapes but also in
Yes.
culture. I've already talked about it in this video, so you can go watch it after. So I feel there's so many different perspectives in the US depending on who you are and where you live. And that's something I personally really love because I always discover something new. So during this trip, we've been to the Chicago suburbs where Bobby's from. And right now we're visiting friends in New York City. And I know New York pretty well. I used to live here. I've visited so many
Really?
times. But every time I discover something fully new. Like this time, for example, we stayed in this neighborhood at the very south of Manhattan, and I had never been there before. And it is right by the water, and it is so nice. It feels like the suburbs in the city. There's a nice little river walk from which you can see the Statue of Liberty and have a nice view over New Jersey. Also, it really feels like a neighborhood. Like you always see the same people over and over again, either running or walking their dogs. And it has been super fun to do our morning walk here every day. And there's definitely some upscale things. Like, for example, right here, this is where The Wolf of Wall Street was filmed. So this scene where they're in a yacht. And we've been seeing
So
super
cool.
yachts come and go all week. So it has been an interesting glimpse into the life of super rich people who just come to New York on their super yacht for a few days and then leave. And since it's the summer, I like to do my people watching / spying with an iced coffee in hand. And since last time, I've learned that you don't need to tip at a coffee shop. But every time I
I did this mistake also. I also ended up tipping at a coffee shop.
You didn't know. So,
And the story is even worse. I told this story a couple of times, my friends, but I only had a $10 bill. The coffee was $5. For some reason, I forgot how to say, give me the change. I went away. $10, yeah, keep it. Bye. The coffee was $5.
come back to the US, I like checking how much I pay for a coffee to see if prices have increased. And that's another thing we hear a lot on the news recently is that things have gotten super expensive in the US. And obviously prices are different everywhere. So tell me how it is where you live. But one thing I have noticed
But I really didn't feel this, to be fair. Maybe because Europe is also struggling a lot in terms of the economy is not great. Inflation has been crazy for us.
prices here is already high, so
It's already very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already very high. I felt like at Walmart a lot of things are cheaper there than here at our cheapest supermarket. Trying to make that comparison. Yeah. And we didn't even need to Costco. That people say if you want better deals, Costco is even better than a Walmart.
yeah.
They-
Too bad we didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't felt this. Of course, there is a lot of things, my friends, healthcare, that we don't know how much you guys pay. But at least looking at grocery stuff, even looking at houses,
Food, restaurant.
more or less the same or even cheaper.
Yeah.
Gas,
Ah, gosh.
very, very cheap.
Ridiculous cheap.
Ridiculous cheap,
In
yeah.
Texas.
In Texas, it was so cheap. Yeah. So again, we don't have this feeling, this perception, but we also never end up living in America, so we don't know for sure.
Yes.
since I last was in the US is that tipping culture has been even more out of control than usual. I feel I say that every single time I come to the US. But recently something even crazier happened. I was buying a $1 bottle of water at a Whole Foods, and after I paid, the screen asked me to tip. And I was so shocked that I
Really?
had to take a photo. And the options on a $1 bottle of
I'm so sorry, my friend, but I had to stop the video. I was looking at my statistics on YouTube, and guess what? Most of my viewers are not subscribers. How the hell is that possible? Please consider to do it if you are one of those. That said, we are not done. Another thing, if you can follow me on social media, links below. That would mean the world to me. You make my day, as you are aware. There is also a Patreon link below, and you may find some country music reactions. Take a look. You can join for free, actually. That said, let's continue with this.
You have to tip for $1.
And this is the grocery store, basically. Is Wolf? I believe Wolf Food is. I'm pretty sure it's a
A
grocery
market.
store.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bit of a scam.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a scam, my friends. This should be crime. Okay, I agree. Because some people may put $1 just specific tourists.
Imagine if you just only have $1.
I mean, there is the option to put none. I understand, but I think, look, Americans don't fall for this. But tourists, they may fall for this.
You think Americans click on none?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
It's not disrespectful.
No, because it's at a grocery store. You are not supposed to tip.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the rules,
okay.
George
Okay.
Washington ended up writing all the rules, and that was one of the first rules. Never tip at Whole Foods.
water were $1, $2, or $5.
almost believe
This
in
is
you.
absolutely crazy to me. Also, now there's even hidden tips everywhere. Like the other day, we were at a restaurant with Bobby's family in the Chicago suburbs, and there was a 3% surcharge added to the bill to offset
What the hell is this?
3%.
rising costs. And it seems that that was not a tip. Like it doesn't go to the waiter at all. So yeah, I feel
You know,
Hey. Okay.
but you know what happens actually? That people told me about this, and I thought it was so crazy.
What?
You go to a restaurant, they bring you the bill. The bill sometimes already have 20% of tip added.
Yes.
But after you pay, the machine asks you, "Do you want to
Again?
tip?" Yeah.
No.
No, I saw a video about this, my friends, and I believe this is actually quite common. Yeah, we probably got scammed in America. a couple
Yeah,
of times.
probably.
I didn't. I only saw this video recently. There, I never paid attention to that. But that's a bit, going a bit too far with the tipping. I would say.
Yes.
all this really makes me eat more at home, unless it's a special restaurant or something. And I love doing all my shopping at Trader Joe's. I've talked about how much I love Trader Joe's on the channel before, but it's always something I'm looking forward to when I'm in the US.
I think Trader Joe's is like Aldi. Aldi
I
owns
thought
Trader Joe's.
it was a restaurant.
No. Aldi owns Trader Joe's. Probably.
Ah, okay.
But I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if Americans have Aldi. They may just have Trader Joe's. But for some reason, I believe Aldi may be in a couple of states also. But Trader Joe's is more famous, right, my friends, than Aldi.
Okay.
Like they have really delicious fun products, but it's always pretty well priced. So yeah, the first thing we did when we arrived here was doing a massive Trader Joe's haul. So even though it's still more affordable to shop for groceries, it seems like there's still some issues with some products. Like I've noticed that in some shops you cannot take more than 3 cartons of eggs. So have you been
Really?
having issues with eggs
Why?
lately? Like I feel it hasn't been a thing in Europe for a while. But one thing I love in summer is that you do have
They
so many
don't
activities
have,
that are
No, American.
enough for everyone.
To be fair, they love eggs. Maybe they are not producing enough.
either cheap or free. Like in New York, for example, a lot of public libraries or parks have different events that are free to the public and really fun. And one thing that was just way cheaper than usual though were my flight tickets. So usually you have to know that when we come to the US, I don't do too much planning and I always book my flight tickets a few weeks before. And that was such a good idea because the flights were so cheap. Like my flight ticket from New York to Chicago was more expensive than my flight ticket from New York to Paris in France. Like seriously.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
We paid a lot from Lisbon to New York.
Obviously, my return ticket was only $190, and this was on Air France, which is the French flagship carrier that also serves you champagne in economy. Like in this article of Le Monde,
Okay.
which is the main
Fancy.
newspaper of France, they interview the CEO of a French travel agency that says that their sales of trips to the US have
So
dropped
next
20%.
time we have to go to France first.
Yeah, to get champagne.
So personally, that's
And we arrived drunk in America.
not something that has impacted my trip here. I don't think there's any tourists in the suburbs of Chicago or in local areas in New York. So I decided to go to the most touristy place I could think of, which is Times Square, and see if there were fewer people than usual or not. And it looked like this. And since I don't think I've ever gone to Times Square willingly, I don't know if that's a lot of people or not. So tell me what you think. But on my side, whenever
I think Times Square goes crazy at night. It's not even during the day. During the day it's beautiful, but at night it's very kind.
Yeah.
I see news articles about tourism dropping, I know it's a good time to do famous things I've never done before because there will be fewer people and the lines will be shorter. So here I decided to go to the Rockefeller Center, which I had never been to before, and it's a skyscraper that was built in the 1930s. So there's some really beautiful and fun details. I also decided
We actually didn't went there. Mistake. Mistakes are made.
to go on top of the building because there were absolutely no lines, and that was such a good idea because there was also
It is impossible to go
To New York and see.
and see everything.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
almost no one on top. So it was so peaceful and quiet, and the views of the city are pretty nice. So since I had never been there, I stayed there for a bit, and I have to say that I re-enjoyed the views over Central Park and all the skyscrapers.
Oh wow! You can see Central Park.
Central Park is huge.
It's huge. Damn. Oh man, but this is a really cool view.
Scrapers. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know I like architecture and buildings, so this was a 10 out of 10 experience. And by the way, I booked this experience on Klook. Klook is a long-term partner of the channel, and whenever I'm traveling, I always book my tickets there because they have really great deals on activities around the world. If you want to try them, you can use my code LucileYT or click the link in the description below for a discount. I do have to say that another thing that surprised me recently is how everything is locked up in pharmacies. Like all the products are behind the
We found that weird too.
Yeah, that was very weird. But I think this is more in New York. But it was crazy, my friends. I wanted beef jerky. I had to call someone to unlock beef jerky.
Yes.
And I was like, but it was a $7 bag or something. You know, it's not, I mean, with all the respect, but it's not a valuable item. You know, here, sometimes we see locks, but when the supermarket is selling, for example, technology, things that are expensive, over, let's say, $100, $200.
Exactly. Or alcohol.
Alcohol sometimes, yeah.
Alcohol,
Sometimes alcohol, yeah. But for a beef jerky, I was shocked, my friend. This happens everywhere I know this does not happen because I didn't saw anything locked in Texas.
No, we didn't.
But in New York, almost everything was locked. What about the other states, my friends?
plastic doors. And these are not only high value products, we're talking deodorants, soaps, shampoos. And if you want anything, you have to press on a button and wait for the salesperson to give you your product. And this doesn't really make sense to me. Like, for example, you can buy a toothbrush how you want, but if you want toothpaste, then you
What the hell?
have to talk to someone. And I had not been in a pharmacy in the US for a few years, so I think I just noticed now. But I really don't like it because, one, I don't like feeling like I'm a criminal.
Okay, but to be fair, she's talking about the pharmacy, so maybe CVS, and we also saw this in CVS.
In CVS, yes.
And we didn't went to CVS
In Texas.
in Texas, so maybe CVS does this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Criminal. And also, I don't like bothering the salespeople to buy stuff. Also, it doesn't seem that it's everywhere in the Chicago suburbs. Nothing is locked up. And overall, when I asked around,
okay.
people seem to really hate it. So let's hope it goes away. And when I was doing some research,
Oh man, I felt so weird to say the guy unlock with jerky. I thought I would never say this in
And
my
you
life.
say the guy. I never saw this.
Yeah, I told that the guy.
Yeah,
I
you
never saw
told
this. He said nothing to me actually.
He started to laugh.
He left. I
Yeah.
don't remember it well.
about why everything is locked up, I found a bunch of news articles and YouTube videos with really catchy titles, which I'm not gonna share here because I don't want to give them a platform, but you know the ones. And honestly, my opinion is that the media loves acting like the US is falling apart, and I feel this type
you. But this is true. The media makes things so much worse, my friend.
Yes.
I don't know if they are aware, to be fair, because maybe a lot of people may also buy this narrative. My friends, the US is still great, you know, real talk.
Of content with overly dramatic titles and AI image is everywhere, and it's super misleading, and of course it's making us feel unsafe and like everything is bad. And like every normal country, the US has its issues, but they're not as bad as what you see online. Like I feel we
I
all need to
agree.
go outside and talk to real people instead of giving in to fear because we're getting our news from
Exactly, yeah.
TikTok. And so far my trip has
Getting the news from TikTok. The thing is, a lot of people get news from TikTok now.
been pretty normal.
right.
Like nothing has drastically changed for me as a visitor. And I've also been really happy to reconnect with some things I love about the US. And looking back, I realized how easy it is to let other people's fears shape your view of a place. The US is both an amazing place to be from and to visit. And my trip here has been so fun. And just like every time I come here, people have been so warm and welcoming. Like now I re-enjoy small talk and I've been having a bunch of little conversation with strangers. And also since there's so many people here from different kind of backgrounds, I always feel at home. And for me, this is a big part of what makes the
we
country
felt the same.
No, we
yeah.
felt the same, my friend.
Yeah.
In New York and also in Texas. We felt amazing everywhere.
so fun to visit and why I keep coming back. I'll have more content from my trip over the next few weeks, so make sure you subscribe, and also if you enjoyed this video, you should watch one of the ones that are on screen right now. I think you'll enjoy them, and
Okay.
I agree with her. The news scare us.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
lot.
Even our family
Yeah.
was scared from.
Again, to be fair, even a lot of people end up sending us emails. Most people said, "Yeah, you guys can come; it will be fine." But there is people that buy into this narrative. Even Americans, of course. Yeah, I cannot wait to visit America again. I think it will be great.
Yes.
Sarah, say goodbye to our friend.
Bye, guys.
Bye, my friend.